What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Dutch, the Black Non-Democrat. And if you're finding my channel on YouTube for the very first time, please, if you enjoy content like this, and it's usually red pill content, anti-single motherhood content, woman's accountability content. I mean, that's all I do on this channel. And being there and supporting Black family, Black nuclear family is what I'm about. If you are in support of all of that, please make sure that you hit that like button. And if you are really in support of all that and you like these videos, me pushing them out, and you want those notifications, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button. I know it's so cliche that us YouTubers ask you to, hit that subscribe button, but it is very important that you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. But on today's video or live show, we're going to be doing something that I never did before on the channel. I had to build some type of audience to get to this moment. And this moment is the evolution of the Black Non-Democrat channel. When I first started this channel, I was just talking about how the Democratic Party destroyed the Black community, right? And I used a lot of things to depict that, right? And I honed in on one, and that is what you guys see at the bottom of your screen right there. Single motherhood destroyed the Black community with the help and pushing and glorification of single motherhood by the Democratic Party. We all know this. We all know this. I know this. You know this. Women know this. But my man Bleak from the Truth is Controversial podcast that you guys can always go down in the link. It's right there. Y'all see that right there up there. Truth is Controversial podcast. My man Bleak said something to me. He said, women aren't going to fight against this. Women just aren't going to fight against this. I said, Bleak, why? Why, Bleak? Why? They see what's happening. They see what's going on with the child support system. They see what's going on with all of this. They see that their men are getting boggled down in all of this society, holding them accountable for just making one mistake. He said they're not going to do anything because it benefits them. Who would ever in life go against something that is benefiting them? And that right there, my friends, is what we are talking about today. I would like to evolve my channel into talking to single mothers live on the show. I don't know how long it's going to take for me to gain some traction with this, but a lot of my subscribers have been asking me, Dutch, we really want to see you talk to single mothers. We really want to see you interact with single mothers. We really want to see you interact with the people who opposes your position. And I never, ever, in the words of Chris Jericho, ever back down from the smoke, because I want all of the smoke, baby. I want all of the smoke because I got a couple of things on my side, people. I got logic. Bam, can't never go wrong with logic. I got common sense. Bam, can't ever go wrong with the commonality of something, right? I don't even know if that's a word. I think that's a word. Commonality. Commonality. But I got common sense. I got reason. Reason is the best, probably the best out of all of them, because with reason, I can see it from your side, I can see it from my side, and then I can analyze it. I can just weigh this. I can just put this on some type of shelf and say, okay, what's going to happen? It's reasonable to think that single motherhood did contribute to the destruction of our whole community. Now, am I saying single motherhood alone? Nah, it's a trickle down effect, people. This is a trickle down effect. We know this is a trickle down effect from said Democratic Party. You see, In the 1960s, Lyndon Baines Johnson said one thing that is still in effect till this day. And we got probably about roughly 140 more years to go. And that is, these niggers are going to be voting for the Democratic Party for the next 200 years. And when they put that into place, see, matter of fact, let's take it back. Let's take it back a little bit before it got to Lyndon Baines Johnson, because I was about to jump to something. We got to talk about the root of all of this, people. See, after slavery, black people was flourishing, right? Not in a way where, we had wealth and all of this and all of that. But the thing is about family. See, we stuck together. We always stuck together through thick and thin, high and we had our infighting. Trust me, we still got our infighting. Black women and black men act like we hate each other, man. But we was always together, right? They couldn't break that. They knew they couldn't break that. And Emmett Till got murdered by a couple of white men down in the South. And that sparked the civil rights era, you guys. One little 14-year-old boy, quote unquote, whistling at a white woman, sparked the biggest movement known to man at the time. And that was the civil rights movement. And I believe that we should have started that movement. I always believe that we should have started that movement. But the thing is with this, people, should we have integrated with the white majority? That's something that I always, just go back in my head about, like, wow, should we have ever integrated with the white majority in this country? And at any time, people, y'all see that link? It say debate or talk to me about the topic. If you want to debate me, I'm here. I told you guys I'm trying to debate these single mothers. If you're a single mother and you're watching my video, look, at the end of the day, I'm not here to make you look bad. I'm here to respect you like a human being that you are. You come up here, you respect me like the human being that I am, and we're gonna talk the points. We're gonna talk it, baby. We're gonna get through this, boo-boo. At the end of the day, I didn't say single mothers destroyed the black community. See, single mothers are just the byproduct of single motherhood. Can I get an amen? See, the thing is, the Democratic Party bestowed this idea onto our women, but we're going to get there. We're going to get there, baby. I'm going to take y'all through this timeline. And in the meantime, if you want to think about coming up here, please think about it. And if you decide to do it, hit that link. And anywhere in this story that I'm telling here, I will pause it just for you. But let's go back to this Emmett Till thing. Emmett Till died. And it was a horrible death. This little 14-year-old boy was from Chicago. He went down to Mississippi. And he lost his life, man. And shout out to his mother. Man. Mammy Till, I think that's her name. But yeah, man, she showed his picture in Ebony magazine or Jet magazine, one of the two. And I'm sorry, I'm not knowing these details, but we all know the story. The thing is, she showed his face in that casket for American to see, because American never seen this. We seen little things on TV, holes getting holes down and everything, but we didn't see the ugliness of racism. We didn't see the ugliness of what happens to a person based upon an ideology, a fucked up ideology, right? And that little boy's face was so bloated. That little boy's face was so rattled, man. Wow. I remember seeing this in elementary school, you guys, elementary school. And that traumatized me, because I never seen nothing like that. I never seen a body, a face blow up like that. And that just hurt my heart, man. And that sparked something, though. America's seen its ugliness. Y'all see this flag behind me? I have this flag behind me because of what you really don't see with this flag behind me. And if you really look at it, just look at it. It is dirty. That's the way that it's made, but it's dirty. It's filthy. This flag is filthy based upon the information that I'm giving you guys right now, that I'm sure you guys heard over and over and over again. The thing is, we fell prey to racism, and the country responded, or black people in the country responded with the civil rights movement. Now, that birthed Martin Luther King, that birthed certain civil rights activists, that birthed the fight, that birthed the marches, that birthed all of this, people. You guys got to understand the roots of everything. That's where I get the single motherhood destroyed the black community thing, because the root of it is the Democratic Party pushing that ideology onto our people, and specifically our women. See, that's where it comes from. I'm just trying to tell you exactly where the come from. You see what I'm saying? The thing is, Martin Luther King started preaching something. He started preaching something that I really fight within myself till this day on, and that is integration. We were flourishing by ourselves and with our own devices. We had our own hospitals. We had our own schools. We had our own sports teams. We had our own banks. We had our own establishments, and these establishments wasn't even, didn't have the, stability of white establishments, but these were just starting. These were just start. Just imagine if we never integrated. Just imagine if we never integrated. Up until now, say we didn't integrate until 2015. By 2015, we would have had years and decades and family wealth, generational wealth over time, to then say, okay, we can go into this atmosphere of the world, or America, and integrate with white people, because we have something that we can fall back on. If this shit don't work out, we can always fall back on the things that we built for decades. You see? That's what I'm talking about. We started this, and people got, Jackie Robinson, the first black man to go to the professional baseball. Why are we celebrating Jackie Robinson leaving Satchel Paige and all of these people, these black people that created something? Why are we celebrating? Tell me this. Why are we celebrating Jackie Robinson being a sell out? That's the clinical definition of a sellout, is when you sell out of what you originally came here with. But he sold out. We sold out as well. We sold out. We sold out into this integration thing. And when we sold out into this integration thing, we sold our souls to the goddamn U.S. government. And once we sold our soul and our being and our essence and everything that we ever made to the U.S. motherfucking government, we sold our morals. We sold our stability. We sold our fathers. We sold our independence. We sold out. And I'm not saying this to be derogatory. I'm saying this to be fact, man. Just go in the history books and you'll see it. please hit that like button. If you guys are in here, please bestow a like upon this video, because I'm giving you guys some theatrics today. People say, I sound like a preacher when I'm on YouTube. Yes, I do. I do it for a reason, because it's 80% entertainment. If I was sitting up here saying, yeah, you guys, so Emmett Till lost his life, and then that started the civil rights movement. I swear that was my first video on YouTube. I lie to you not. I lie to you not. Man, 6-7 years ago, when I first got on YouTube, I was just like that. They thought I was retarded, man. I was like, no, I ain't retarded. I just never been in front of the camera before, man. But I've been in front of this camera for over 8 years right now, baby. So please bestow a like button. Please hit that like button, baby. And if you in here and you really mess with this, please make sure that you hit that subscribe button as well, man. Look, the thing is, when we integrated people, that's when our problems actually started, man. See, I did a video about 3 months ago, and the video was breaking down how the government was in this back room, right? And, they had certain people there, and they was trying to figure out how to break us up. How we gotta do that. We fucked them up with Emmett Till. We burn goddamn crosses in their goddamn lawn, and they still continue to be together. We hang their men. We our word, their women. But like, what do we have to do? We kill their kids. What do we have to do? And I said, it was some dude in the back, little military army, government guy in the back smoking a cigarette, like, see, you guys are going about it the wrong way. And they say, what do you mean, Mr. Military Army government guy that's sitting in the back? What do you mean? And he says, look, man, look. Trying to tell you guys, you have to get to their women. What do you mean? What do you mean? Look, we have a feminist movement going on out here that's trying to get us, right? These women are trying to get us to show them respect, right? The white man to show them respect, right? What we need is to infiltrate that, and then get an agent from us, dress her up, and make her look all feminine and all of that, right? She's a part of the feminist movement. Go have her go in there and fuck that whole shit up. And then have her go in the black community to let the black women know that you don't need that man, because we got you, baby. You in poverty right now. And see, and that's the results. Let me tell you, when that white man came, or that white woman with that feminist movement shit came into that hood, she was coming to the result of, come on, people, integration. So that goes back to, we should have never been asking for integration. We should have just been asking for equality based upon the things that we were already building. The hospitals, the churches, the banks, the schools. We needed to ask for little subsidies to help with that, but not, we don't want to live amongst you guys. You see, we don't want to live amongst you guys, but we want our own. And once we get our own, we can then talk. Once we build our own, we can then talk. Do you guys understand where I'm coming from with this? Please hit that like button if you do. And again, if you guys want to come talk to me or debate me, the link is right there, man. But I want to get this story out, because a lot of women come to my channel and they want to blame the men. They want to blame the men. They just want to blame the men. Let me tell you, if your child don't go to school, don't ever want to go to school and shit, right? And they hook in school all the time, they don't punish your child. They punish you as a parent. You see? Yes, your child have their own brain. Your child has their own thought process to not even go to school. But let me tell you something. The person who's held accountable is the parent. Period. They're going to fine you. Some in some states you can go to jail for your child missing school. You see? Because you produced that child. You had that child. You're responsible for that said child. You see? Now, it's the same principle when it comes to your body and your choice. That's what y'all tout all the time. You tout your body, your choice, your body, your choice when you want to have a baby. See, you tout this because I got you, Wizard Kelly, aka I don't know who. I got you, Wizard Kelly. Let me get this last point. You tout this all the time. And when you do it, you say it when it's benefiting you. But when it's not benefiting you and you're looking job bad in that situation, you want to share that responsibility. Am I saying that a man shouldn't have responsibility and get held accountable? No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, being that women are the gatekeepers of sex and the gatekeepers of life, they are held to a higher standard and accountability. Let's get this person up here. Are you going to turn on your camera or are you going to keep your camera off? Let me know. All right.
Hey, what's up? Thanks again for letting me up without the camera. It's I didn't feel comfortable being on
Yeah,
camera.
because I had a situation a couple of months ago that went left after, letting somebody up here without the camera, and then they turned the camera on, and then it was some not so good shit. So I got my hand on the button, buddy. So don't you try it, man. But anyway, what's up? What's up, Wizard Kelly, aka Casual Observer, aka Up, man? God damn. What's up, man?
Well, first of all, I'd like to say that I've been watching your channel for a little bit now. I discovered it about a month ago.
Appreciate it.
I see the effort that you put into your channel. You have good camera work. You have good audio. You have and best of luck to you with YouTube, man. I think you could take off the same way. What's his name? Poor Man's Podcast. I think you could take off like he did.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Nice. On the topic though, like
Mhm.
what you were saying previously about like a single motherhood being a phenomenon that women have asymmetrical influence over, I
Mhm.
think you're spot on. Although like men and women are involved obviously in the creation of a child, women have asymmetrical power with birth control.
Mhm.
The process happens within their own body.
Speak it.
They take on asymmetrical risk because they're
Mm.
risking their life.
Speak it.
Also, after the fact, they have the burden of raising the child. So, to in our community, like only within our community can a woman look at the consequence, which is she's going to have custody of the child. She's going to be risking her life, and also the fact that she has asymmetrical control and the impact it has on her viability as a mate to another man, and
Mm.
then try to reduce this to a like a equal blame kind of thing.
Mm.
Like when you look at the processes and you're honest, it's almost like it's we have a phenomenon within our community where it's almost like kind of like a gender dysphoria, because to
Ooh.
even suggest such a thing that it's a one and one thing just because it needs two parties,
Mm.
just because the process needs two, that doesn't even make any sense. That's
Can I can I
once you
can I can I can I interject there on that? Because I want to say something on that.
yeah, sure.
I'm gonna cut you off. But I had a woman, and I don't know if you guys seen this. I posted, I had just had to post it. And she was basically saying morality. She was giving the morality of a man not taking care of his children. So I was like, okay, so why do you feel, that is important or whatever? She said, because it's because the chromosomes. I said the chromosomes. Like, she was basically talking about something biological being moral. Like, you don't base that man taking care of that child based upon it just the act of sex. You see what I'm saying? And they always try to use this in a in a dumbfounded way, like, we both, it took two because you allowed it to take two. Am I right or wrong on that, Mr. Wizard?
Yeah, I think you're spot on. Like, obviously, if they're taking on the risk and like they could possibly like die as a result of this, to say that like, well, just because you're you're genetically part of this, therefore I'm entitled to like you taking care of me is just that doesn't even make any sense. Like
Right.
no woman from a functional community would even like fix her mouth to utter such a thing because it's
Mm.
just so absurd. Like you aren't going to see a Chinese woman, even though she's capable of finding more men to have a child with. She's not going to argue that it takes two because she understands what the risk is. Only in our community can you do you hear ridiculous things like it takes two and other stupid things like well I had to do this with a pookie because reasons XYZ. It's just right now when you look at the state of things in even like a Baltimore and Chicago, we
Mm-hmm.
have entire communities that have been reduced to war zones. We have black boys now in like a certain like cities being essentially functionally like I don't want to use the R word and ding you with
Right.
algorithm, but
Right.
like mentally challenged to some degree, which is like when you have like 80-90% of these boys unable to read at grade level, and you have folks coming in from Mexico across the border, and they have higher reading scores. Although racism does exist
Mm-hmm.
within our community, the biggest issue, as Anton Daniel said on a recent on a recent show,
Mm-hmm.
isn't from the external world. Although there is a lot of pressure and a lot of sabotage going on externally,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of it just comes down to the stuff we're doing because to personalize this, I don't want to rant too long, so I'll land the plane here. But
Mm-hmm.
within my network, there's a female doctor who's gone out and actually had a child with a man who recently got deported, and this like a black woman makes like $200,000-300,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
Nowhere else does this kind of thing happen. But as this other women start behaving like our women, you're seeing even like the more productive, the more successful of the other groups being reduced
Oh man, he was giving good information. Audio went out a little bit.
literally extinguished.
Yeah, your audio went out a little bit.
Yeah, I was just saying that things are so toxic now, that they're leaking out into other communities, and you're seeing with other
That's
ethnic
true.
groups who have a pattern of a stronger pattern of success and discipline.
Mm-hmm.
They're literally getting essentially like the equivalent of getting nuked
Mm.
within the last 10 years of which a feminism has just gone on this run. So a decade to do unfathomable damage to other groups.
And the reason why this is happening, I appreciate your comments, sir. The reason why this is happening is because these other groups have always um had cultural norms, right? And as the father picking the husband for the girl, right? That was a cultural norm. See, when the advent of the internet and all of this, information, it's a gift and a curse. It's a gift that we all have this information right now, and I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's way better than in I grew up in the 90s, and we just had a dictionary, and that was the only definition. But now they get to see other people, mainly the black community, flourishing, and if that's what you want to call it, flourishing in their eyes, the single mothers, because they're getting all of these subsidies, they're getting all of these trinkets from the government, blah blah blah. But they seeing that they don't have to do what they're doing in their country, and oh damn, I can just be ratchet, and they take on to that. I see little girls in Africa, in impoverished, not damn near just third world countries, with weave in their hair. And I'm like, whoa, what the hell is going on? I mean, they are so Americanized, not even just America, African Americanized or hoodinized. Over in England, I see this. Over in Ireland, I see this. In it, It's everywhere. And it's like the COVID-19, man. It just spreads everywhere. My thing is this, Mr. Wizard. My thing is this. If we keep going down this route of having the feminist and having matriarchal leadership in our community, what do you see in 50 years from now? 50 years from now, how do you see the black community? What do you think the black community will look like?
I think right now we're already on course to be a permanent underclass. When you have a projection that the median net worth for a black person or black family is going to be $0 in 2050.
Ooh.
I live in a community here where immigrants come and within within 2 years they have a car, they have a home, and they have way more than $0 to it's hard to even wrap your mind around some of these numbers, because once the numbers become so extreme, then rather than being more persuasive, you're almost numb to them. So when you have like a projected number, a projected single mother rate of like 90%, when you have projected net worth of like $0, when 80-90% of your boys can't read, but everything is being technologicalized, so you need to it's kind of the knowledge era, but you have boys behaving like this. When you have entire communities reduced to being like a war zone, what's it going to take? And like the idea that the women don't know that this is happening, or the idea that a lot of us aren't as invested as we should be in this particular topic is just mind blowing.
And the crazy thing is that, I do my videos on a daily basis. Y'all get those videos every day. But this algorithm and the liberal social media and platforms and hashtags and algorithms, they set this thing up to where if you are speaking on things like this, things of this nature, it's considered not advertisement friendly. And I always wondered why I always have to because I don't cuss a lot on my channel. I mean, on my videos, I don't show graphic material on my video. I speak and I tell my opinion. But every time I upload a video and I say single motherhood destroyed the black community, right? I guarantee I'm going to have a human review this. And usually I'll get the green money sign, that's monetization. But if you go deeper into these videos, that's why I ask for donations now. If you go deeper into the analytics of this, they have, say Deer Park wanted to put their ads in YouTube videos, and they pay YouTube $20 million. Now, YouTube determines how much per 1,000 views that you're going to get for a Deer Park ad to be in your video. Now, if you look at mine, it'd be like $1 per 1,000 views, because YouTube feel that they or YouTube doesn't want this topic or these talking points to be popular on YouTube. You see, yes, we're popular, but at the end of the day, we're not making much money. That's why we have to ask for these donations. But if you have, I guarantee it, if you have a channel where the little girl is 14 years old and she's pregnant and her mother is right along with her having that baby, and they're playing the little sensitive music and shit in the background and shit, and they up there, oh, she's gonna have this baby, oh my God, and the little girl just holding her belly, my baby journey and all of this, my pregnant journey, I guarantee you see a Pampers ad in that video, and I guarantee they're paying like $100 to $200 per 1,000 views of that video on that channel. And them women are making money off of this. That's why that Democratic Party invests so much in the social media and the shutdown of our voice. And that's why I do what I do. That's why I ask for these donations. I don't ask for these donations because, I just want your money. At the end of the day, I'm going to show my man Wizard told y'all how my shit looks. My shit looks crisp. My audio is good. My visual is good. It's because I care about how I present the evidence. And I am presenting evidence, and I do present evidence. These women come to my channel on a daily basis. And they quit. I just put out a short, a YouTube short, basically saying to women, okay, why would you still have this dude's baby when he say he don't want to be a father? When he don't want to be a father. One thing you know right there when that man say, I don't want to be a father, is you're going to be raising these children right by yourself. And on top of that, you understand that that is the most unconducive place to raise a child in is in a single parent household. And I was just asking a question to the women on how they felt about having and choosing to be single mothers. Now, it didn't have anything to do with the man. We can talk about the man's responsibility and accountability. We can, brother. We can, sister. We can. But I'm asking, how do you feel about said having this baby? And first comment I get, well, what about the men who ain't put on the condom? I'm like, there you go. Right there. I predict this shit all the time. That's why I put the content the way I put it. And it's the way they just gloss over the initial fucking decision. And I'm sorry I'm getting a little passionate today, baby, but I'm just tired of they glossing over it. The thing is, if you come to the channel and you say, look, Dutch, you're absolutely right. It is our decision that we lay down with Pookie and Ray Ray. It is our decision that we allowed him to not put on a condom. It is our decision that we allowed him to do whatever he want with our body. It was our choice to let him do that. But at the end of the day, don't you think he needs some responsibility too? I cannot argue that. This is how it goes, though, normally. I do the video or I do the post. They just jump all of that. Don't you think he need to take some responsibility too? You literally shun your accountability once you jump straight to him. I told you guys, I changed my life based upon that book, As a Man Thinketh. And I'm going to tout that book and tout that book. And it's only 53 minutes on YouTube. And you can literally listen to this thing. And it tells you about your circumstances. We are our circumstances not based upon just the circumstances alone, but based upon our decision making. It says you are not your circumstances, but your circumstances reveal who you are. If you are the type of person that will not do certain things, you're going to be in that rut the rest of your life. At the end of the day, I put out a 12-step program for single mothers. They never came to that video. They never even looked at that video because they don't want to be held accountable. They don't want it because, like my man Bleak told me, ain't nobody going to fight against something or a system that literally benefits them. You see? And I'm sure some of them probably looking at this video right now and not go hit that link so they can debate me, because at the end of the day, like I said in the beginning of this video, I got logic, common sense, reason, and understanding of how things go. I'm gonna give you the last word on that, Mr. Wizard.
Yeah, I agree with you. And when you listen to the arguments that are coming from the other side, there is no argument for the other side. The idea that somebody would engage in something that they're, especially with the way they like to complain about, like the risk they take on as Black women birthing through the hospital, the idea that you would look at a process that first of all occurs within your body, that puts you at greater risk, that consequentially you have custody of the child and you have to raise the child, and then say that this is a 50-50 thing. I think we've reached a situation within our community in particular. They're feminists in every community, but the thing that stops other groups of women from doing what's happening within our culture is we've reached the point where I think that the end stage of feminism is always destroying the society, if it's unchecked. But when you look at what's going on in our community, the fact that they would look at all this process and then say, it's 50-50 with all that risk and all that consequence, and just say 50-50, it's almost as if you're not even like dealing with a woman.
Mm,
It's so bizarre because for a woman to like to some degree, the way I kind of look at it is it's almost as if you're shunning your femininity and the power that you have as a woman. Because when you reduce it to just a 50-50 biological process, is just you disassociate like the how do you say it, the agency you have and the influence you have over a process that literally occurs 99% within your own body. So to say that
mm,
you ejaculating versus I'm going to be carrying this baby for 9 months and taking care of it, it's just mind blowing. The idea that we're arguing this with adult women, and like in many cases, some of these women have degrees.
mm,
They they like are otherwise like seemingly like I don't know, normal functioning, but
mhm,
it's the gaslighting, and for many of us, we
mhm.
like as black men sometimes we're our resolve is very low, so it's very
Yep.
easy to gaslight us. And in this particular case, it just baffles me that any woman would even fix their mouth to say something like that about like a childbirth.
Yeah, it's definitely primitive, and at the end of the day, I think I think they know. They just fake it. They just fake it. I appreciate you coming up here, Mr. Wizard Kelly. Come up here some more. I'm gonna try to get these videos or these lives done to where I'm interacting with you guys a little bit more. But I respect your position and how you presented it, sir.
I, I
Go
I
ahead.
have one more question before I drop off. You ever considered like doing the rounds on some of the Bernards or like the Roger Report, and maybe getting some of those fans over your side, because the stuff you
Honestly,
say is pretty
Honestly,
good.
my brother, I've been on YouTube since 2015, right? And I just started getting traction in December, last December of last year, right? Because I honed in on my niche. Now the thing is, unfortunately, and I need to, I try this is it, brother. I try not to, because I grew up in this YouTube game on Tommy Sotomayor. Like that's my YouTube daddy right there, right? And I remember when I first started, I I listened to him so much that when I started to talk, I was just regurgitating everything, and I mean his cadence and everything, right? So what I tried to do was I'm like, okay, I need to stop listening to people that's doing the same thing that I'm doing because it interferes with my commentary subconsciously. You see, and I noticed once I stopped doing that, that's when I started gaining traction because I had my own voice. Now, I do need to say that I need to start scouting other channels to now collaborate with, because all of the people, the poor man's thing, I don't know that guy. I don't know none of them people. Now um I do know what's his name? I know the pink.
Bernard,
I don't know him. I don't know him. I know I know certain people, but they just pop up on my algorithm thing. You know what I mean? But I really need to start listening to other people, just enough to reach out to have some type of dialogue, so we can swap subscribers. And I'm sure that I'm smaller than all of them. So at the end of the day, I'm probably getting a lot of their subscribers spilling over onto my channel. But you know, once I get on their platform, I definitely would, get that spillover a little bit more. Tonight I got an interview with what's his name? Pimp Game Podcast. That's my man Kenny, and he's on the come up too. But he just asked me, he wanted to interview me for 30 minutes, so I'll be on his podcast tonight on YouTube. But you're absolutely right. If you guys have anybody who I should check out, please put it in the comment section, and I would definitely check them out.
I'll drop the names in the back chat, but yeah, it looks like you're closing up, so yeah, I'll drop off and let you get the final word there.
I appreciate it, man.
Peace, man. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.
You too. And that's what's up, people. See, I like people like that to come in and talk and try to let the community know that it's not the or let the women know that we're not trying to bash you guys. And I think that's where the disconnect comes in with women and well, black men and black women. I said it earlier. It's like we hate each other. So when black men say something, when we just say something, black women just listen to respond. They don't even understand and get what we're actually saying. The thing is, just hold yourself accountable. Just just hold yourself accountable. That's all. That's all we want you to do. We could talk about the Pookies and Ray Rays. We could talk about what men do and what men don't do. But just hold yourself accountable. And that goes back to holding one accountable, or the society holds people accountable. See, men get held accountable, you guys. At the end of the day, we do. Every time we step out of the house, we get held accountable. And that right there is child support. That right there is having no second chance. You go to jail for a debt in child support. You won't go to jail for a long time after not paying taxes. Like your taxes gotta be like in the millions for you to go to jail, right? But you can miss a couple of payments of child support and they got an arrest warrant for you. And guess what? Guess what? Guess what? You don't even have to be the goddamn daddy. You just had to get tricked to sign that birth certificate. And I tell all you men, please make sure you get that DNA test before you sign any birth certificate. Please, I don't care how much you trust this woman. I don't care how much you love this woman. I don't care how much you want this woman to have your baby. Please, please. Because when you sign that junk, it's over, buddy. You financially responsible for that baby. And you can go to jail. Just think about it, man. You can potentially go to jail for somebody else busting a nut. Wow, man. That's wild. But I play this clip all the time, you guys. I'm gonna play it right now. And and this clip actually shows everything that I'm talking about with this single motherhood destroying the black community. When you guys see this clip, and I'm sure you guys, if you watch me all the time, you've seen this clip on numerous videos. But it talks about this woman who, I think she's a teacher at a school, but she was talking about 8th grade children. And in this clip, she talks about how these 8th grade children, these 8th grade little girls, just
8th grade girl.
Ain't nobody tell you pop up there right now, lady. But she talks about these 8th grade girls wanting babies before marriage, not really wanting a man. And this looked like it was recent. And it goes to show you how much single motherhood destroyed our community. When I say single motherhood destroyed the community, it's basically saying the Democratic Party's pushing and glorification of single motherhood onto our women, thinking that they don't need men, thinking that they can do it all by themselves, thinking that, I don't need that man. Once they convince them, and that goes back to my story earlier about that integration. And once they integrated, they understood, okay, let's get to their women. They got to our women. The feminists got to our women. The government got to our women. We integrated. They put us in poverty to where we didn't have shit. Then now we can sign up for these subsidies. Now we can sign up for this welfare. Now we got access to all of this shit. And my mother told me, rest in peace to my mother, but she told me a long time ago, yeah, men and women black men and black women were getting the system together. And then the women realize, you know what? I don't actually need you here, bruh. Get the fuck out. And if you come back, I'm calling the police. My mother told me this. And that's when men went into the drugs and the crack and the cocaine and all of that shit, the drinking, and they turned to bums. You see? They turned to bums. And that's what we are left with today. And then Biden came through, 1994. That crime bill, baby. Got them daddies, got the little bit of daddies who were in the streets, that was bums or whatever, got them off the street, took them to jail. Mass incarceration, baby. Prison industrial complex, baby. All of that led to what you about to hear right now. Let's go.
8th grade girls, and I asked them to tell me what their goals were. This one particular young lady said that she wanted to have 2 kids. So I said, so are you going to have a husband? And she said, nope. And I said, please tell me why you would choose in the 8th grade to have a goal of having 2 kids and not be married. She said, because if I'm married to him, I can't collect child support. And then she said, why should I marry a man that I have kids by? He might have issues or something. He might be on drugs. And I said, well, if he's too bad to be your husband, do you really think he's going to make a better father?
If you think he's bad for that, do you think he's going to be about? Look, man, they don't care about the man. That's why they look. I asked this question on the video numerous times. I said, you know, what if the government just got away, like just took away welfare and said, you know what? No more child support either. And I did a poll on this a long time ago. And the consensus of that poll, majority of people, I had like 200 some people vote, you know. I think it was 84% that single mother rate will go down drastically because they will show that let me tell you something. You get rid of the subsidies and you get rid of the child support, I'm going to tell you off break that it will go down. And all of the shit that they be, you know, touting and trying to argue us on, like they can't do anything, like it is the man's fault. I guarantee at that point in time, it won't be no man's fault no more. Because they will do better with access to their vagina. I'm trying to tell you. They will meet accountability. They will hug accountability. They would, I swear, I think accountability will be their best goddamn friend. I'm trying to tell you that. And if you guys want to talk to me, please make sure it's in the chat room right there. I'll put it there again. I'll put the link there again. But yes, that shit will cease to exist, or at least there go the link though. That shit, it will minimize. It will definitely minimize. But that goes to show you that they're just bullshitting when they come to my comment section and gloss over their first initial decision to sleep with Pookie and Ray Ray. And then have Pookie and Ray Ray baby. You see? All that shit go out the window. Because they're not getting anything. Look, sperm is sperm, and they understand that sperm is sperm. Oh, look. And their mothers teach them that, you know, because when they do get pregnancy, their mother don't teach them abstinence. When the mother don't teach them, look, don't you come on pregnant. They tell them, look, if you get pregnant, make sure you go down there and get your WIC. Make sure you go down there and get your food stamps. Make sure you go down there. Make sure you go down there, because that's what her mama did, man. And my man Wizard, he talked about these kids in these hoods can't read and write, and you know they look a little crazy. If y'all go to Baltimore, respect Baltimore, I love Baltimore. People from Baltimore, I got people from Baltimore. But if you go look at them women in Baltimore, they look a little off, man. In the hood, they look a little. I ain't gonna go too hard on them, but it's a lot of incest in the black community. Can I get an amen? Y'all know it. Because a lot of these women are having sex with same goddamn Pookie and Ray Rays, and these same goddamn Pookie and Ray Rays have families, and they go to school with each other. So when they grow up, be like 13, 14, fucking age, they start fucking, then they have babies, then bam. These babies are retarded. Playboy Crew said there's nothing to debate. It's truth. God damn it. I'm asking for a debate, and they ain't debating me, man. I want them to try. I said from the beginning, look, I got truth, what my man said, logic, common sense, and reason. As long as you stay on that line, people, look, I was telling my daughters, now I'm the king of debate. You know what I'm saying? I am. I'm sorry. I know how to debate. So I was telling my daughter the other day how to debate, you know, and she was asking me, she was like, how do you debate? I was like, look, 3 things to debate. Just 3. That's all. You stick to these 3 things. And Tommy Sotomayor taught me this. Always give my shout out to my man. So this is the 3 rules of debating. Always, before you start debating, make sure that you guys can agree on a foundation. Agree on something, because that something will help you in the long run. That something will literally give you fuel, because once y'all agree on that, later on in the conversation or the debate, you can always go right back to that once that person veer off or say something contrary to what y'all agreed upon. That's number 1. Number 2, do not get boggled down in semantics. If you're debating someone on the color blue and he's talking about the color red, he's for the color red and you're for the color blue, right? That's what y'all debating on, why these colors should be important, right? Don't you talk about green when that person bring up green. Don't you talk about yellow when that person bring up yellow, because y'all gonna get boggled down into semantics and shit that he done put you off of your point and you can't even remember what you was talking about. Now he's won. He won. He got you, man. Or she got you. So please, number 2, do not get boggled down in semantics. Let him have that shit. He want to talk about green? You're right. Let's get back on this motherfucking blue. Let's talk about this blue real quick. But what about this green? The green did this stuff. What you got to say about that green? I ain't got shit to say about green. Green over there chilling. I'm talking about this blue. You need to talk about red. Let's talk about red and blue. You see? Number 3, probably the most important, because once this happened, the other person has won. Once this one thing happened, the other person has won the debate wholeheartedly. Refrain from name calling, because once you name call your opponent, they got to you. You can't argue your point anymore, because now you done called them a name and they just won. If you call me a name, I'm stopping the debate right there. I won. Bye. Get the fuck off my motherfucking channel. And I do it all the time in the comment section. If y'all ever I go all day with you on a healthy debate. You know what I mean? You can even, shit on my ideology. Man, that shit's stupid. Blah, blah, blah. But once you call me a name, you get no more responses from me. And you be mad as shit. You be mad as a motherfucker. Let's look at some more videos, man. Hopefully somebody come up here and debate me. Or if y'all just want to talk, that's cool too. Like my man Wizard did. He came through, and he gave some great insight to a lot of that stuff, man. Oh, this is a good one. I love matter of fact, yeah. Let's start with this one. I played these before, but I love just hearing them.
Girls who are sitting at their graduation engaged. And the question came up, well, why is there not the reality for black women? I know y'all not gonna like what I gotta say, but you know me, I'm gonna say it anyways. First and foremost, black women are above reproach. If it don't validate us or excuse our bad behavior, we don't want to hear it. Instead, we'll say, well, men do it too. Secondly, we'll find every excuse in the world to validate why we don't want to be married or why we don't want to be in a relationship. Well, they get cheated on. Well, they do this. Well, they do that. But then we have all these standards for men, and we're still actively seeking for men in the midst of our hurt while inadvertently telling them to go to therapy. We do not practice what we preach. Thirdly, the independent woman is a myth. Actually cared about being independent and it was something that made you happy, you would not have all these standards to negate your independence. Nobody wants to relinquish power. You'll find every excuse in the world to not be submissive and wonder why white women can get away with their bad behavior. We take everything bad from white women, except for the fact using marriage to our own benefit. But you'll run to the child support office, though. Equality against men, and the only time we actually want to be equal to men is when it comes to degenerate behavior, hypersexuality, abusing or abandoning children. Even when it comes to the gold digger conversation, what you don't see those other women do, even when they are just screwing men for money, is bashing men, inadvertently making men feel like they're not important. Also, too, telling them that they don't need men. Psychologically, we have been taught to disassociate ourselves, and even in that Malcolm X quote where he says the black woman is the most disrespected, he also says to be near your man. Because who taught you to hate the very race, the group of white girls who are sitting?
The goddamn JQ say Lyndon Baines Johnson made sure of that. Yes, that's what we was talking about in the beginning of this live. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Chad, welcome to the show. LD, welcome to the show. Playboy Crew, welcome to the show. Anthony Hubbard, welcome to the show, or Huber. Welcome to the show, people. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Look, I did a poll earlier. It's not don't have nothing to do with the topic, but hey, man, since she mentioned it, I did a poll earlier, and this poll got like 50 votes right now. I usually peak at like 200 votes, so it's still, the votes are still coming in. But the question was, I got a question. Are black women jealous of white women? If so, in what way? So the options I put was yes, they are. No, in some cases, I don't think so, but I see why someone thinks that. And they really want to be white women. So yes got 36% of the vote. No got 18% of the vote. In some cases, got 22% of the vote. I don't think so, but I see why someone thinks that, got 4% of the vote, and they really want to be white women, got 20% of the vote. Do I think black women are jealous of white women? In general, yes. And I'm going to use one example of this because their standard of beauty in their head is of European white descent woman. And a lot of women are getting out of that weave, but I still think the majority of our women wear weave, and they wear it based upon their idea of the common standard beauty. You see, the straight hair, some of them got fucking blonde, like a black woman or a person with melanin skin should never be wearing no blonde hair, period. That's just weird, you know. And if you're going to blonde your hair, make it your own texture. See, what if I had a wig on that looked like Chris Evans hair, like Captain America hair? You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at me like I'm fucking crazy, man. You be like, what the fuck is you doing, dog? Like, matter of fact, The men that put their own regular textured hair in their hair, the ones that got that, you know, that little piece and shit, and you can't even tell that that's fake, they get laughed at. Even when it looks like our hair, we get laughed at. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that wild? We get laughed at for putting something on our head that looks like our hair because we lost our hair. And they shave it down and they fade it out. Look, I'm a barber as well. I've been cutting hair for the last 30 years, people. At the end of the day, that's what I do. It can, we laugh. I mean, you go on them comments, they're laughing. They're fucking laughing. But a woman, a black woman, can put all of this shit in their hair and let's go to some more videos. I like this one too.
And my son, he was a young man. I count on him. You hear me? He helped me in my household. I don't live with a man. I live with me and my 4 children. He was the man of the house. That's who helped me. And he took him from me.
Y'all guys don't know who this woman is. This woman is the mother of this 13-year-old from my hometown, Washington, D.C., baby. You know, back D.C., baby. Her 13-year-old son was breaking into cars, and a guy came out and shot that little boy, and he died, and he's dead. So his mother went on camera to say what you just heard. They took her little man. They took her little man away from her, the man of the house. This boy was 13 years old, out stealing cars. He's the man. She considered him the man of the house along with her other 4 kids. She had 5 children. I'm about to be 40 years old next year. And yes, I don't look it. I know I don't look it. Got a little gray coming in, but you know. This lady don't look no older than 32 years old. But she got 5 kids. And the 13-year-old was the man of the house. So therefore, what does that tell you? The 13-year-old was the oldest. So she had 4 other children under 13 years old. Woo. They say they put the Eiffel Tower in their head. They put the Eiffel Tower in their heads and they think it's cute. Some hairdressers got a celebrity to rock it. Oh man. I mean, it is. Look, I'll give it to the hair shows. It's still crazy looking, but just like with them fashion shows with them dudes, like, man, who is wearing that shit at the fashion show? Who the hell is wearing that shit at the fashion show? But I give it to the fashion shows. You can do that. The hair shows, and I didn't go, but I witnessed a hair show. That shit is creativity, like at its best, man. And they would put the fucking your hair looking like Alpha Tower, but these chicks just walking around that shit, walking around here with that shit in their head on the regular. Come on, it's a problem, man. And no, it don't look cute. That shit is art. Stay in a goddamn museum. Oh man. My man Dre D, he always coming through. He said another son, husband. Most American black women are unfit to be mothers. They embrace single motherhood and the thought culture. That hoe over there. We need a new crop of women. I suggest women of African descent, but to each their own. I like Africans. They submit. Matter of fact, every other woman submits to their men, except for us. But we get defiance. We get niggas shut the fuck up. Hey, yeah, we get you bitch ass nigga. Hey, we get so much vitriol. Like, wow, man. Our women act like they hate. What did we do, people? I want to know what did men do to women? So look, shorty, y'all own the community. Y'all everything. Y'all the end all be all, man. What did we do to y'all? God damn. Like what did black men do? Okay, you choose these black men to have these babies with. You choose this. You choose this lifestyle, man. I told you I always and Trey D won't agree with me on this, but you know, I give it to the 17-year-old man. This young dumb and had the baby. Shorty, I get it. I understand. You made a mistake. Even though I know you chose to make that mistake, but it's when you keep on fucking doing this shit. It baffles me. Like, I give you the 16, 17-year-old you having a baby. But the 19-year-old you having a baby with another dude, the 22-year-old baby, the 25-year-old baby, the 30-year-old you, baby. We just seen it. Let me just play it again. Shorty says she had 5 kids. Let's play it one more time. One more again.
And my son, he was a young man. I count on him. You hear me? He helped me in my household. I don't live with a man. I live with me and my 4 children. He was the man of the house. That's who helped me. And he took him from me.
And y'all see how they sound so confident? They sound so no shame in my game. Let me tell you something. When you can get on camera and say things like that, or go on Facebook and say my baby daddy ain't shit, and say, that means it's no shame in the community. That means there's no shame amongst, or no accountability amongst women. When you can go, name the one guy that goes online, except for that one guy that I did a video about, that he just said, fuck them kids. Okay, we're not talking about that guy. He's the outlier. But name the guy who literally goes online and say, you know what, man, fuck my kids, man. She keep asking me for money. I told her I ain't fucking want them kids, man. Like, we don't do that because the social outlook on that is bad. It's shame to that. It brings shame, people. So at the end of the day, we don't do it, because even if we do it and think it, we don't do it. That's why that guy's video, let's play it. Let's motherfucking play it. I got it. I think I do. I know I do. I think I do. But that's why this guy's video is so important, because he literally, damn, I don't have it. I think y'all know what I'm talking about, though. But that guy literally, I did videos on. I did like 5 videos on this, but he said it. You know, I don't want them kids. You know, 7 women had my baby. I told him I ain't want no kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I told him, and they still had the baby. That's crazy. So at the end of the day, the reason why his joint is so important is because we rarely hear that. We rarely see that. We don't see that because it's a shame, and women don't have no shame in saying this shit right here.
And my son, he was a young man. I count on him. You hear me? He helped me in my household. I don't live with a man. I live with me
Look how
and my
proudly
4
she's
children.
saying this.
He was the man of the house.
I don't this shit seems like it's a parody though. For real, but it's real, young. This shit seems like it's like on SNL. Like this is a joke. Like this is so surreal. She's saying the most cliche shit of a single mother. Like what the fuck? Like for real, people. Like she's saying all of the stereotypes of why this is so fucking bad. She said, he the man of the house. That's number one. I don't live with no man. That's number two. I don't need no man. And I got 4 other kids. That's number three. Like, what the fuck? Do y'all hear this? And she's saying it at a news press conference after her son died of getting shot in the hood for stealing cars. Straight out the Boondocks. Playboy Cruise. I swear I don't know if Boondocks still on. That looks like a scene from the Boondocks, young. Like for real. Like let's literally listen to it in the way of satire and parody, you guys. Listen to it in that vein, and I guarantee you're gonna laugh like shit. Let's go.
And my son, he was a young man. I count on him. You hear me? He helped me in my house.
What do you count on the 13-year-old for? I want to know this. What is it? What are you counting on from a 13? I have a 14-year-old little girl. I don't count. I count on her to do good in school. I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry, man. That's just, I count on him.
And my son, he was a young man. I count on him. You hear me? He helped me in my household.
What did he help you do in your household? Take care of your other fucking kids? Like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, bruh, I swear, how could this be respected? And look, I feel sorry for her that she lost her child, but that's separate from what the fuck she's saying right now. Like, how is that? What is he helping you with in your household? I'm sorry, I keep jumping.
I count on him. You hear me? He helped me in my household. I don't live with a man. I live with me and my 4 children. He was the man of the house. That's who helped me.
And then she hit the little joke. I'm done. Then she hit the little what, motherfucker? I mean, what was that? Like, what was that? Like, and what? Hold on. Look at the head shake, man.
That's who helped me.
Oh my God. I just want I'm so sorry. Look, people grieve and different. I'm sorry. I did not mean to laugh at that. But I will be cutting this out to his individual video because that shit was so funny. But I don't mean to laugh at it. It's just, it's hilarious, man. These women say these things, man. And if you guys want to come up here, man, look, I did this whole show because people was asking me to start debating people. Maybe I gotta do a couple of more. But that right there is in the description. I mean, not the description, but the chat room. I would like to talk to Dre D, because he be on that passport shit. But y'all, if y'all now come up here and talk to me, I gotta get ready for an interview that I'm gonna be doing. I don't know if I might record it on my side and put it out on my channel. I'm gonna ask, permission from Pimp Game podcast. But y'all can view that. It's not gonna be live. We're gonna it's gonna be a pre-recording. We're gonna be talking. It's gonna be talking about the channel, be talking about myself, talking about what I've been doing for the last 8 years. I'm gonna be talking about my graphic design business. I do have a graphic design business. I'm gonna be talking about a lot of stuff, man. And he asked me to, be on the podcast. So I'm going to be on the podcast. Hopefully that will start my collaboration phase in the channel. But I appreciate you guys coming through today, man. I got to get ready for this interview, but at the end of the day, I tried. I put it out there. I appreciate the people who did come through. Put it out there, baby. And maybe Dre D say the reason why there is no debate for this topic is because there are no simps. So I have no problem with going on the air with you, but I'm not sure what's to discuss since we have similar and at the same time thoughts about these ratchets. I understood. Say no more, brother. I think I speak for the people who don't have channels, and so I'm your voice in a way. That's what I get from that. But I appreciate you guys coming through, man. Look, if you're watching this on the playback, hey man, if you want to debate me, let me know, and I'll do another show. But I'm gonna try to do these type of shows so it can, get some traction on. That's what I want. I want the smoke. So we're going to continue to do these type of shows where you can just come on up and talk to me, man. But until then, y'all always stay unplugged from false narratives. I'm out. I am out, and peace to everybody. Y'all be safe. I will catch you guys on the next video. Peace.